chilly this morning.
Woo! 68 degrees!
I know.
Yowza!
Like, it's cold.
Hi, buddy.
Driving over in Duke, I was like, it's freezing over here. It's freezing. Radar.
Crazy.
I wouldn't go
right here.
that
You wouldn't
far.
go that far.
No.
It's freezing.
Freezing. Are we ready for this day?
I don't know. It's pretty cold. I don't know.
Hi, buddy. Hey. Hello, friend. Hello.
Wow.
Hello.
By the way, we saw Rob
Good morning.
way over.
Yep. She's out moving.
Halfway across, or all the way across the street coming down.
Nice.
Perfect. Well, it's such a nice, cool
Well,
morning. She should be out for
We
a
got
stroll.
the first two rows
I know it's been so long since we've seen
set, leveled, glued,
So long.
shimmed. So we put shims in to level it, and then we glued the shims in along with spot welding, spot gluing. Yeah, every however far, 16, 18 inches. Went ahead and on this weird 15-degree corner, 105-degree corner, went ahead and glued it down. Glued it together. We braced these, so I made these. These are cut at 15 degrees off of 90. Screwed those together and screwed them on. That worked really good to firm up that corner. Did the same thing here on the inside. When I actually get ready to pour, I am toying with the idea of strapping this all the way to the top with plywood, and then run the plywood through the table saw at a 15 degree. But yeah, so far everything's looking really straight. I don't know whether the GoPro will capture that. Sometimes you get that lens distortion, but so far everything looks really straight on all the walls. It's looking pretty good. Got to get the egress window wells in today so that we can actually get out of here once we get, whoa, not that way, once we get another layer of blocks on. And what else? Guess that's it. We're ready to start building up. So we will keep you posted. See you.
Alright, so our Dr. Seuss pieces for the house have arrived. Our zonts and zuckles have made it, so now we are going to be able to get started again and get back to our Lego building. This is pretty exciting.
Dr. Seuss in the house.
Alright, there's proof. It's a zuckle and a zont.
What?
There's proof on here. They're actually called zonts and zuckles.
Did you think I was lying to you?
I didn't know.
Here we're bringing in our zonts and zuckles. These are the ones that we just unloaded off the truck previously in the video. And so these are the supports for the wall, and then the zuckle is a turnbuckle that helps you fine-tune the plumbness and the straightness of the wall. There's several different manufacturers of ICF bracing out there. Plumb Wall is one of them. Giraffe bracing, I think, is one of them. So most of them are steel. They kind of collapse down for storage and shipping. But then the vertical piece of the steel actually bolts directly, or not bolts, but screws directly to the styrofoam. These are a little bit different in that they have they take 2x4s. There's our 2x4s that we're using with these. They take 2x4s for the horizontal whalers, and I guess the vertical ones are called whalers also, vertical braces. And then the zont cam locks those together into a solid brace, and then the zuckle is the screw portion of it that will allow you to adjust the wall in and out.
So what do you have one of those long rebars? You let it go, dude.
Woo!
We finally got our zonts and zuckles, or the Dr. Seuss braces, and we're starting to put those on. We had one change that we're having to do. These braces right here, I put them at the same distance I was on the interior walls, which it says in the documentation, but on the outside walls, they don't cover that, and it's a one-page install doc. They don't cover the outside corner, so I just put them at the same distance. And I think I need to move them over to here so that we can actually push and pull this corner to get it very plumb. They're just out a tiny bit. So we're redoing a few of these walls and moving these braces down to here. But otherwise, if you look around here, we have the braces started, and we got to go get another load of wood to do the catwalk. So we did mock up the catwalk. Follow me. So this is what we're doing for the catwalk. It's another 10-foot 2x that is going to be at an angle. These will be cut off right here so that they're not sticking out and going to get your head. And then at the bottom, we're just setting it on the gravel, which will take the load of the catwalk. But then in order to keep, when we put the zuckle on, it'll be right here. And when this pushes, it would have lifted that 2x4 off of the ground. So we put a block back here at an angle so that as this tries to lift up, it locks in down there, and it needs to be tightened up a bit, but that'll lock it in to where when you start pushing here, it'll actually push the wall and not just lift that 2x4. So then we'll have 8-footers. We'll have 8-footers going back this way in order to, and then they will be staked to the ground, and that'll give us our adjustment point. So, and then we'll put our 2x8s across here for our walkway, and we should be good to go. So, that's what's on task for today. Bye.
That one more.
I think we'll be alright.
It's not gonna be quite as hard.
Yeah, but I think one of those is only 7 already. So count it off.
Oh, I thought you said with
Eight.
depends.
Yeah, I started with 8.
Depends. We're not that old.
With depends or detends?
Spins.
Okay. Alright, so do you want us to start putting those around?
No, a needle.
Ow.
Where's my solo?
Okay, so the little blocks that we have.
Alright.
shook right there. I thought it was spaced out.
Just want to do a little pan about here. See what's actually happening in the whole job site.
Radar!
There's radar. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
So where? Here?
Here. That's why I finished up. Kind of do
So it took us a bit to kind of get our design figured out, but once we did, we set up this spacer, and Gary would just move on to the next one as soon as I started driving the screws, and grab the 10-foot 2x4 that's going to be the back side of the brace or the catwalk, and also our safety rail, the upright of the safety rail, and then she'd put that touching at the bottom and then the spacer at the top, and I'd come and screw in 2 screws, and we just work our way all the way around doing that. On our catwalk, we're using 2x8s, and we thought a single 2x8 would be wide enough. Here's Dan and Amy coming back around, and they're putting on that little angle brace at the bottom to keep it from lifting. So we used 2x8s for our main board, and we decided that if we needed a little bit wider, so we put a 2x4 on there also. The problem was that the 2x4 was all the way back at the outside edge, and like where your heels are setting, and it wasn't as stiff. So you'd be standing there, you would lean back, and you'd hit that 2x4, and it would flex on you, and you thought you were falling backwards, and it's really disconcerting feeling. So when we do the catwalk on the upstairs, we're making sure that the 2x8 goes on our heel side and the 2x4 goes on our toe side, so that we don't have that feeling of falling backwards.
That's quick. Did you see it?
Comes with a fancy tool. What's that?
Comes with a fancy tool to like go.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
Cool.
Fancy tool?
Ratchet on a stick.
Wow.
On a stick.
A ratchet on a stick. Fancy.
Technically socket on a stick.
Oh, socket. Whatever. Hey, there's some boards
Yeah, there's rebar.
right in the middle. Oh.
And it was like.
Could you explain to us, please, why we're doing this?
Well, we need to get clean gravel in here. Level with the former drain so that we don't get clogs in the former drain and slits in the former drain, so that basement drains properly.
Thank
so,
you.
Trying to get gravel all the way around.
Fantastic.
Yep. Dan's
Thank you.
shoveling, Dustin's delivering, and I'm raking.
Sounds great.
And Amy's filming.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Team. Go team.
Go team.